The overemployed army. Today, we're going to be talking about why you don't need a degree to become overemployed or to work any tech job for that matter. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the Overemployed Masterclass linked in the description box and pinned comment below to become overemployed. So, you don't need a computer science degree. You don't need a software engineering degree. You really don't need any degree if you want to work in tech or any other field that's really good for overemployment. Now, if you think you are going to be at a big disadvantage, that might be true only for a certain type of person. So if you can't take the initiative and program yourself to learn these things and drive yourself to do these things, then it'll be harder for you. But in reality, it could actually be easier and cheaper for you and quicker to become employed, for example, as a software engineer, even without a degree. So you don't need to do a 4-year degree. You don't need to fork over tens of thousands of dollars. All you really need is some drive and willingness to learn these things by yourself. So there's two paths you can take. You can either pay for some online courses or boot camps, or you could go completely free route, online resources. There's so much out there about how to code, what languages to learn, what frameworks to learn, tech stacks, things like that, depending on exactly what you want. So first thing I would recommend is kind of trying to decide, maybe first start off with complete basics, and then try to decide from there where you want to go. Do you want to go into back-end development? Do you want to become a front-end engineer? Do you want to go into cybersecurity, right? You have all these options. So kind of narrow a little bit down, and then from there, pick some languages, pick some tech stacks to get comfortable with. But it doesn't matter exactly what it is. You don't need to know every single programming language. At the end of the day, you just need the foundations and the fundamentals so that you can always learn and translate those to other tech skills. And what you're going to do to actually get those job offers, get those interviews, because to be fair, if you have a degree, you do have a little bit of a cheat code, right? So on your resume, even if you have zero experience, people can see, for example, that you have a computer science degree, and they will put some weight on that. They'll accept that as a credential. And even if you have no experience, they'll consider that strongly when trying to interview you. However, if you can contribute to open source projects on GitHub or any online communities full of coders and people working on cool projects, that'll put you way ahead of the game, because in reality, a lot of people that even graduate with computer science degrees, most of them have never really touched real world code other than school assignments by the time they graduate. So you yourself, if you work on open source projects and you contribute, you'll get great experience, and you can even put that on your resume, and employers will really love that experience, okay? Because they'll know you've known what it's like to actually work with real code that exists in the real world, not just some constrained school assignments. So next thing you're going to want to do is connect. So you're going to want to connect with a lot of people as much as you can. Now, obviously, you don't have to go crazy with this, but the more you do it, the more it increases your chance of getting interviews. So things like using GitHub, using LinkedIn, going to maybe in-person or virtual conferences, right? And kind of networking with people, but don't do it from a fake point of view, right? Like do things you're actually interested in and have those skill sets. So when you talk to other people, you have something of value to actually mention or talk about or relate to them with, right? You're not just being like, hey, I need a job. Can you get me a job? No, you're going to be introducing yourself, what you've worked on, what you like working on, and then try to relate to those people. And then naturally, organically, you'll get to a point where you could ask people for referrals or for advice on how to get these jobs and where to get them. And the other thing you need to do is build a very strong portfolio, right, of side projects, websites, things, whatever kind of thing you focused on within your tech life. You have to build a portfolio and projects so people can see that you have those skills, especially since you don't have a degree. They need to see that concrete evidence that you can code or do whatever you need to do. And after that, what you're going to need to do is basically just rinse and repeat, right? So keep learning those skills. It might take you 3 to 6 months to get really good at those things. And then from there, apply to jobs, network, attend these conferences, do those concrete things that will help you land those interviews. If any of you guys have done this yourself, if you're a self-taught developer or in any other field without a degree, leave your experience down below. We'd love to hear it. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.